guys, and welcome back to my channel, Mompreneur Mentor, where I discuss all things dropshipping, e-commerce, mompreneur, entrepreneurship, startup, female founder, everything kind of like my life. I'm a mompreneur, entrepreneur, and I'm here to share and give lots of free value to you. Sorry about the wind, and if this video quality is awful, I'll definitely re-record it. I am at the gym, which is really ironic because today's video is about good product photography, which could kind of spill into video, and my videos are not high quality. Like, I know I should be using a light and like a set and a tripod, but I'm a mompreneur, okay? I don't have time to like sit and do all that. I mean, I'm sure I will eventually, but right now I'm enjoying killing multiple birds with one stone and recording my vlogs here at the gym. So let's dive right in. So there are a ton of things to think about when you're thinking about your product photos, and your product photos really matter, because having good or bad product photos can be the difference between someone buying your product or not. First of all, I highly recommend that if you're still confused at the end of this video, go check out the product specification for product photos for platforms such as Google Shopping or Amazon, because all their products photos are uniform, and that will give you a great idea of all the concepts that I'm discussing in today's video. And that being said, number one is lighting, okay? So for product photos on your Shopify store, e-commerce store, people are gonna trust your site more and want to buy the product more if you have great product photos. And one of the number one things for that is lighting. So you want to have a good combination between natural lighting and artificial lighting. So that could be a light box that's white on the inside, so it bounces the light off and lights up the product from all different angles. Or you could find, different angles and lighting that works best for it. But actually my number one for product photos for your Shopify store or dropshipping store, any e-commerce you're doing on Amazon, try to get a photo that's already great of the product. Like, try to swipe it, okay? Because why spend all this time ordering the product, taking the photo, and doing all that if your competitor already has like a great photo and it's not copyrighted, or the manufacturer has a great photo that they're like, yeah, use my photo. So that's number one. Do it the smart way, not the hard way. If you do have to take your own product photos, that's when this list comes in handy. And the number one thing you should think about is lighting. Number two thing you should think about, so you're not bouncing around like my head bobbling in the screen, is stability for the camera. So like a tripod, invest in a tripod. You can get like cheap ones for probably, $10, $20 on Amazon. Make sure that it's stable and make sure that it's level. So like you want this part at the top and this part at the bottom to not, like, your head shouldn't be like this. Like they should line up, it should be parallel. Okay, number three, don't shoot to edit, okay? So like, don't shoot the photo sloppy because you think, oh, I can edit it later. There are huge things that you really can't edit out, like bad lighting or a background. You don't have to change the whole background. So just shoot it as if you barely want to edit it, and if you're gonna edit it, it's just like a few edits. Like maybe a blemish, like you want to get rid of one blemish. Not like you have to change the whole thing. Okay, number four is check out photo editing on YouTube. If you do have to edit, there's free content out there all over the place, and one great place to find free content is YouTube, and you already know that because you're here watching my video. So definitely Google or YouTube some photo editing, like basic course. It'll tell you any apps. Like, there's apps you can edit right from your phone, which is what I do. Or if you want to get like real serious, you can download the whole program and like really get into it. But for the sake of just having good product photos on your e-commerce site, this is the list for you. Okay. Number five is look for inspiration. So whatever your Shopify or e-commerce store or your brand is like, go look at similar brands that have similar branding message or branding appeal or similar audience, and see what they're doing that's working, okay? Like, you don't have to reinvent the whole wheel. Just go see what other people in your niche are doing and what's already working, and get inspiration from that, okay? That doesn't mean like be a copycat, but get inspiration where you need it. The sixth rule is the rule of thirds. So if you were to take your camera and cut it into thirds this way and that way, you would have 9 squares, and that is like every basic photographer's like to figure out where their balance is. So you want to make sure that you want to be in the middle square, but you kind of actually want to be the outside. You want to make sure there's balance. So if you have blank space on the top third, you need to balance it out on the bottom third type of thing. Like, make sure there's symmetry, because your people are more likely to buy it, because the human eye just finds that more pleasing. We just like symmetrical shit, okay? Number 7, okay, props. If you're gonna use props, use like simple, minimalistic props. Like, you don't need to have your photo so crazy that it takes away from the actual product, okay? You don't want to have props like, say you're selling a cake stand and you put a cake that's so amazing on the cake stand, like they can't even see the cake stand anymore. You know? So if you're using props to show the product in its context like that, like how it's being used, show it using and functioning in its purpose, make sure you balance that out with just a standalone product photo if you are going to do a prop photo where you're showing the product being used. So balance it out so they can still see the product and have multiple photos. Now, you don't want to have like bazillion photos of the same side of the product and the same photo over and over, but if your product does have really specific details that the user is going to want to see, whether it's like fashion, like zippers or hems, or you want to show, you know, a special pocket that's like hidden in the chest or something, then you want to go in and add extra photos to your product photos that show the details. So that's number 8, detailed photos. Next is, if you are in doubt about your product photo, always get a white background. This is another key component from copying what already is proven to work for people who are already winning, like Amazon. Okay, their product specifications, just like Google Shopping, you must have a white background. It's just makes people buy more. So if you want great product photos, get the light blocks. They're super cheap. You can even make one out of paper if you have to, and you're super bootstrapping, okay, lady? Like, e-commerce, white background, product photography. If you ever had a question, unless your whole website is like black or like a different color, then you could use a different background to make it look seamless. But when it comes to background, you want every product on the site to have the same background color. And then on top of that, that gives cohesion and it's more pleasing to the eye. So the more pleasing things are to your buyer's eye, the more likely they are to buy from you. So that also goes along with the photo sizing. So make sure all your product photos are like all the same size square, or all the same size rectangle, or all the same size circle, you know? Like, make it look organized for your buyers online, e-commerce. Yeah, that's where we're going. All right, got close-ups, I already got that. I'm looking at a list here. You guys know I usually go impromptu, but I had to make a list for this one because there's so much stuff. I don't want to leave anything out. Okay, so if you have a product with multiple colors or ranges of sizes, then I do recommend having multiple photos to show off all the colors and all the sizes so that everyone feels included and feels like they can picture themselves, their size, their favorite color in their mind's eye and want to buy it more. I think that is basically everything I have on how to make great product photos for your e-commerce store. And this works whether you're in Shopify, you're selling on Amazon, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, no matter what you're selling. If you're just selling on Facebook Marketplace, for heaven's sake, or Poshmark, or you're trying to make great Instagram photos, a lot of these photography tips are gonna help you out. Now, if you are in doubt, subscribe to this page because I'm going to give you so much more great content on e-commerce and online digital marketing and all that stuff. If you are in your entrepreneurial journey and struggling, follow me because I want to help you. Thank you so much for those who are returning subscribers, and welcome to all my new ones.